The best EZA TURs may be on their way to JP Dokkan. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. We are checking out something very exciting today. JP Twitter went ahead and tweeted out the info for the upcoming Dokkan Festival EZAs as part of their 8th anniversary celebration, and as expected, although unexpected for the reveal, the Fizz Super Vegito and the STR Super BUU are getting their EZA. So this is exciting, and we're going to waste no further time. We're going to jump on in and take a look at what these guys do, because I'm excited and I'm sure you guys are too. So shout out to Monato's Flash. He managed to get out the translations here this time. Gresh was busy, and so far as I could tell, I didn't see the tweet from the Dokkan Wiki. So we're going to go with this translation for now. So thanks a lot to him. I'll be sure to shout him out in the description down below. So we have his leader skill at Majibu Saga, key 3, HP attack and defense 170. That is to be expected for the Dokkan Fest EZAs. They pretty much just up their leader skill all the way up to 170 at this point. On his super attack, he is causing immense damage, raising attack and defense for 30% for 1 turn. So very, very nice. Get a lot of extra attack and defense, which will help him with his counters. He has damage reduction for normal attacks, 80%. I want you to say that again, 80% damage reduction when receiving a normal attack, and counters with tremendous power. So they basically took his 50% and gave us 30% more, and that is huge when you tack that on to EZA's stats and the fact that he's also building attack and defense with every hit received. Dude is going to be tanking normals and hitting back with some insane power, mainly because when you look here, he gets an extra defense 150%, and he gets an extra attack up to 120% with each attack received. So the more attacks he hits, the more damage he's going to deal, not only from counters, but because that attack is building up. And if that wasn't enough, he has a medium chance of performing a critical hit, up to 3 key added on, and defense 30% up to 90% added on, and a chance of performing a critical hit up to 30% for every 3 attacks received. So every time you receive 3 attacks, he gets an extra 30% attack defense and an extra chance of performing a critical hit. So the guy is getting so much stronger, and his crits are going to be hitting that much harder every single time he gets hit. This is really exciting. This is going to bring this guy back up to the top. We've seen how powerful counter units can be, especially with the right setup. If you guys have used that great Saiyaman 3 from Dragon Ball Heroes Celebration, you know that his EZA has a very similar effect, and it's extremely powerful, at least when faced with normal attacks, right? He can end up hitting back really, really hard, and I imagine we're going to see the same thing with this Super Vegito, just as we saw back in the day with his first release and the EZA of the AGL Super Vegito. So I'm really excited to see this guy's performance in game. I think he's going to be awesome, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this guy. So let's take a look then at the Super BUU. Again, shout out to Monato's Flash on Twitter for putting out the translations. Super BUU, he is Transformation Boost, key 3, HP attack and defense 170, or Extreme STR, key 3, HP attack and defense 120. Pretty much expected for his leader skill. His super attack greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes immense damage, and greatly lowers defense. His passive skill is key 1, attack and defense 120%, plus an additional 120% defense based on the remaining HP. He gets attack and defense 60% when attacking, and defense 60% within the same turn after receiving an attack, and transforms when conditions are met. So basically the way this guy transforms is based on the remaining HP. Lower the HP, the more chance you go into BUU Piccolo. Higher the HP, the more chance you have going into Buuhan. So for him, you kind of have to manage your HP, right? So with that, we don't really know if there's going to be any changes yet. More than likely, Gogeta Blue and Broly showed us that they are willing to make the change, so we'll just have to see what that ends up being. So let's go ahead, let's start with the Buuhan. Let's see what his transformation is. His super attack is greatly raising attack and defense now for 3 turns and causing immense damage. His passive recovers 12%, up from 10% at the start of the turn. He gets key 2 and attack and defense 180%, plus an additional defense 120% based on the remaining HP. So same as before, he has attack 80% when attacking, performs an additional attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack, and a 70% chance to guard all attacks for 6 turns from first appearance. Then he has a 50% chance to guard from the 7th turn, which isn't bad. I like that they gave him this guard. This will add some extra viability as he's raising his attack and defense for 3 turns and building with HP and his super attack. So I see this guy being really, really, really good, especially if we end up getting an LR Kid BUU in part 2 of the 8th anniversary. This guy will provide some excellent cover for him with that guarding. Now, again, I don't like chances to guard, but with 70%, you'll be guarding more often than you're not. And for 6 turns, realistically, by the time you actually get the transformation, you will finish the boss within the 6 turns, so I wouldn't worry too much about that condition. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the BUU tanks here. So his 12 key super causes immense damage to the enemy, seals, and lowers attack and defense. His passive recovers 10% HP at the start of the turn. He gets key 1 and attack 80% and defense 140%, plus an additional attack and defense 80% when attacking. He gets an additional attack and defense 80% when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down status, and he gets key 1, defense 80%, and a great chance of performing an additional super attack for 6 turns from the start of the first appearance. So, much like before, you don't really want to go in the BUU tanks. It kind of just happens if you're at the wrong HP. He's got like half of his passive that is going to be pretty much locked for most difficult content, right? Because for most content, except in the first phase, you can't really attack lower or defense lower. So it's worth noting that it's not going to be that useful. He's still going to be able to push some numbers, especially since he's building for 6 turns and he has that extra chance to super. So if you end up with BUU tanks here, it's not that difficult to just throw him in the 3rd slot, and he should be okay with most of his passive in play. For the BUU Piccolo, though, this is the sort of lowest HP threshold. He is now massively raising defense for 1 turn, so that's really, really huge for him and causing immense damage. His passive recovers 20% at the start of each turn. He gets attack and defense 140%, and he's giving all allies key 3 and defense 40%. He's reducing damage received by 50% as the first or second attacker in the turn, and he gets an additional 60% and all allies attack 40% and 8% chance to perform a critical hit as the 3rd attacker, while losing the damage reduction. He recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn in which he received an attack. So, not too terrible. He's going to be really, really helpful for cards like Kid BUU in the 1st slot, although especially because he can be caught defensively. Most of his defense comes post-super, so can definitely see him being helpful to solve there. The only problem with that is I don't think he keeps big bad bosses in BUU Piccolo form, so you'll end up needing to run big bad bosses for cards like Kid BUU, or if we ever get an LR Kid BUU, you'll have to run big bad bosses via the 3rd slot to make that work. But all in all, I think he will be a decent support unit, especially when run in the 1st slot with that 50% damage reduction. All in all, I think these guys look good. If we take a look here at their EZA stats, shout out to Proton 10MG, we can see that these guys are looking really good, right? Their HP is going to be pretty good. The attack is going to be insane on Vegito, especially when you consider that he's just going to keep building. Super BUU's stats are actually really surprising me. They're actually pretty high. His defense is a little low, but when you consider what he's doing after his transformation, it makes sense that his base form would be a little lower. He's only going to be stronger in his 2nd and 3rd forms. So very, very interesting. I'm excited to see how these guys turn out, excited to see how they play out in game, and I am just oh so excited that Twitter decided to reveal these when what I think is a little bit early, right? I could be mistaken, but I thought we had a few more days before they announced this. But either way, I'm excited, and I can't wait for these to come to Global in July. So, anyways, guys, that's the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know what do you guys think of these two cards, and which one are you starting to favor more? I'm really liking the fact that Vegito has 80% damage reduction. I can't wait to see how that plays out. But that's just my thoughts, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.